Are you ready to chat? Welcome to Girls Go Chat, the sexiest, most comfortable, entertaining podcast on the planet. I'm your girl Janice B, and I want you to get comfortable, grab a chair, and cozy up because we are about to chat. Hello, lovies. Oh my God, it is the second episode of Girls Code Chat. I can't believe this. I did the first episode last week and it was so amazing. Honestly, I was kind of scared filming the first episode and I was even more nervous. I feel like something's on my teeth. Anyway, I felt a little nervous releasing it on YouTube. On Apple Podcasts, I was confident because it was just my voice. But on YouTube, I was a little bit, scared. But I did it. So the first video is up. The first episode is up, guys. Check that out. I talked about accepting and finding your sexy at any age, phase, and stage of your life. Because as I said, sexy does not expire and I stick to it. You can be sexy in any body type and don't let nobody tell you differently. So, this week I want to talk about, you see my crown, guys? I'm wearing a crown on my head. It is a beautiful crown. So I want us ladies to fix each other's crown. Instead of tilting our crowns, let's fix each other's crowns because we are so hard on each other. But before I get into that subject, let me talk about my two sexy icons. I have to get this in there. So my two sexy icons, because I spoke about finding and accepting your sexy last week, I just want to piggyback on that a little bit. My two sexy icons are Rihanna and Grace Jones. And they're two different women in a lot of ways, but they've accepted their sexy 100%. They don't care what you think about them. They don't care what your views are about them. They are sexy and they're unapologetic about it. And I love that. Rihanna is my girl. I feel like we have so much in common. Real quick, we're both from the Caribbean. We're both 34. We're both Pisces. We both have a best friend named Melissa. We came here the same year. We came here the same year to the U.S. A lot of her personalities are very similar to mine. What I see. I don't know her personally, but a lot of things that I see her put out there, it's very, I am damn, I feel like I'm looking at myself sometimes. She has a beauty brand. I have a beauty brand. And the list goes on. Grace Jones is just super badass, sexy. And I love a confident woman. Rihanna is confident too. Grace Jones is super badass, super sexy, and don't give a about what you think about her. I love her masculinity. She accepts and embraces her masculinity, and that's the sexiest thing about her. I love that. I love that she just can do anything and just win. And she's also from Jamaica, because me a Jamaican with Jamaican, big up Jamaica, boop boop. And I just love that these two women just embrace who they are and what they're about, and they don't care what you think. And that's what makes them sexy to me. Yes, they're physically sexy, but their whole aura is just oozing sexiness. You know what I mean? And that's what I want us ladies and guys and anybody to just accept and embrace your sexy. Let it ooze out of you like nothing, and don't apologize for it at all. When I did my episode last week, I got a few comments. I got a few comments. If someone said I'm trying to be sexy. If you don't know who I am, you won't know how I am. So stop judging. That's the first thing. We need to stop judging. Us ladies need to stop judging one another. And that's what I'm going to get into, about fixing each other's crown instead of tilting the crown. So we are so hard. Why are we so hard as women on each other? There's no need, it's not necessary to be jealous of someone. If you see something that someone's doing and you don't like it, you don't have to view their posts, their whatever it is. You don't have to give too much detail in your attention to that. You know what I mean? You could just ignore it, see I'm blind. But we are so focused on tearing each other down that it's like our priority just to tilt each other's crown and just say, let me get that person. Let me just make her feel so small, so minute, so she just can stop whatever she's doing. And we need to stop that. Stop judging. Because my podcast is not for everybody, right? My podcast is not for kids. I said that from day one. Girls Code Chat has never been like a kid-friendly type of thing. And now my podcast, I have podcasts and stuff. It's not explicit to the point where it's like erotic or whatever the word is. But I do talk about grown stuff, and I don't know if a lot of people will be comfortable with their kids around listening to my podcast. I'm not talking about sex all the time. I will be talking about sex because it's a beautiful thing. We all have sex, but it's not a podcast where all I talk about is sex and sexual position and what you do in the bedroom. No, this podcast is about finding your sexy, don't apologize for the person you are. If you're a sucky person, you're a sucky person. You need to stop that. Cut it out. But if you are, if you are firm in what you believe and stuff, like, who am I to tell you that's wrong? Like, this podcast is a safe space. There's no judgments over here, and we need to stop judging it. Most of my hardest critiques are women, and women need to stop being like that. Let us be ourselves. When we embrace each other, everybody else will embrace us. You know what I mean? Like, we can have business. We can all have the same businesses and be successful at it. We can all have the same ideas and be successful at executing the ideas, because even though we have the same concept and ideas and stuff like that, my execution is different from yours. Like, if I dress up sexy, don't judge me, don't critique me, because that's how I feel. Like, if I don't look good, you can pull me to the side and say, Janice, like, you look nice. What you're wearing looks nice, but it would look better if you, just a suggestion, no judgment. It would look better if you did this, because sometimes, we put clothes on it that does not fit our body type. So like necessary, constructive critique is good, but that judgment thing that we do to each other is just so it's so toxic and unnecessary. Just cut it out. Like, we as women are just tough, and then we talk about how men treat us. Like, we have to first treat us good, so men can treat us better. We shouldn't just gossip and tear people down. Like, I'm wearing my crown because I'm a queen. We're all queens. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. You may be in a better situation right now than I am, but it's today for you, tomorrow for me. I always hear my best friend say that, and I do believe it. Today you can be up here, and I'm here, and tomorrow I catch you or even surpass you. So don't critique someone or judge or bash or whatever, because you never know, one, what a person is going through. Two, you never know what they've done to get to where they've gotten. And sometimes some people, yes, they do some unscrupulous things to get to places, but who am I to judge? Like, I don't know what made them become that person. Yes, I would say, I wish you have done things differently without being judgmental. I'm not a judgmental person. I'm a good best friend. I'm a great friend. I'm a great person. And if I'm not a great person to somebody, honestly, you probably deserve my treatment towards you, because I really do treat everyone nicely. I'm the sweetest person. Someone told me the other day I'm gullible, but I'm not gullible. I just like to give people, I never used to give chances, but I've learned that you have to give people a chance and let them eliminate themselves. You know what I mean? I don't hate anybody. I may distance myself from you because you're toxic, but I don't hate anybody. And I don't judge people. People go through their own situation. I don't know why. And it's not for me to figure out why. If you're comfortable enough to tell me why you did what you did or why you're going through what you're going through, I'll listen. Have I gossiped in the past and talk about people? Yes, I've done that. I'll be the first to admit my wrong. But I've learned how damaging that is, and I've learned how toxic that is, and I've learned how it affects the people that you gossip about. Like gossiping, everybody gossip. And there's good gossip and there's bad gossip. Like people say gossip is gossip. Sometimes you're not gossiping about a person. Sometimes you're just stating facts and you're just talking about the situation that happened and you just need somebody else's opinion. But when you're talking about someone to belittle them and make their situation seems worse than it is, or make them feel bad, that is a horrible thing. And I find out that women are very good at doing that to each other. And I'll be the first to admit, like, I've gossiped and I've done those things in the past, and I've grown. I've got in touch with my feminine self. I've got in touch with my inner self. Like, meditation is like so key. If you feel like you're becoming a toxic person, honestly, sit down for 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. 5 seconds when you're meditating seems so long. Just sit down and just like, and just start over again. You know what I mean? Like, before you start bashing or talking shit about people, just find a way to just look at yourself and see if you're perfect. And that's what I've been doing with my life, because I don't know people's circumstances. I don't know people's situation. I've been in situation where, I don't want anyone to know, because I don't want to be critiqued. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be ostracized. I don't want to be, it's just, it's already tough being a woman. It's worse when women are making you feel less than a woman. Like, guys bash women too, and I'm not saying only women bash women, but we as women already know what we go through. It's already tough for us to go through all the shit we go through, and to have us bashing us is just tough. Another thing we need to do to fix each other's crown is support. When you see a woman with a business, no matter who she is, guys, no, and this bothers me, because I'm in the situation, like, I have a business, and just because it's me, a lot of people will not support me, and you should stop that. My products are, my products are top quality. It's a lot better than a lot of the products I've used in the past. But because it's me, a lot of women honestly won't support me. I get a lot of, like, because I sell guys stuff too. I sell beard products and stuff for guys, and I get a lot of support from guys. Honestly, like, my top selling products are men products, and women just feel like, it's because I've heard it, and that's the thing. I'm not assuming. Assumption is wrong, guys. Do not assume what someone's thinking, because you may think they're thinking the worst and they are not. So, a lot of women, and I've heard with my own ears, sometimes people don't know I'm around, or sometimes I'm walking by or whatever, or sometimes I get a phone call and they don't know that they hung up the phone. This happens. And they'll say, her product's probably not the best. Like, how can she afford to get good products? How can she, like, why you do that? Like, I would not sell you guys something that's sucky. I will not sell you guys something that's going to make your skin worse. Like, I'd rather break out first before I make you guys break out. I test my products months in advance to make sure I'm giving you the right stuff. And that happens to a lot of business women. A lot of women won't support because it's them. And a lot of women won't support because, oh, I'm not helping her make money. She's going to make money. Like, we need to stop doing that. If you support us, we can turn around and support you, help you in the future. You never know. We may be able to hire someone in your family, a friend. We can turn around and help people in the community, hire people. It's like, it's a circle. Like, one hand washes the other. You help me, I help someone else. It's paying it forward. So stop thinking you're going to help me become this millionaire, or you're going to help any other businesswoman become this millionaire, and I'm not doing that. But the saddest thing is, you support brands that don't give a shit about you. You support companies that don't care. You support people you don't know. You don't know what these people do with their products. You don't know sometimes how it's being made and stuff like that. But you critique the people, the women, because it's them. And you judge them. And you belittle them, and you refuse to support them because it's them. Fix each other's crown. Don't tilt each other's crown. I'm wearing this crown because I strongly believe us women need to come together. The most successful companies are the companies that do things together. The most successful families are the families that do things together. The most successful relationship are the relationships that do things together. When us women do things together, we can achieve so much. There's so much to be done, honestly. But it can't get done because we are too busy critiquing and judging each other. I am guilty of that. I am not taking myself out of it. I am guilty of critiquing and judging. No, I don't judge. Like, that's never been me, and it will never be me. I don't judge people. But critique and gossip, yes, I'm guilty of that. And I've stopped. It did nothing. I am not richer. I am not happier for gossiping. I am nowhere better than I was because I'm gossiping. Gossiping is toxic. Bringing people down is toxic. Tilting my crown is toxic. Toxic. And us women need to do better. We need to stop critiquing each other and, saying the worst things. And we need to start uplifting and supporting. And don't only do the uplifting and supporting when there's a campaign going on or there's something happen. Don't let something happen for you to start supporting each other. Don't let, for example, and I really didn't want to touch this, but I remember the other day with George Floyd situation. Everyone was support black owned business, and it was this thing. Everyone was shopping black and blah blah blah, and within 5 seconds that support went like a trend. Why can't you always support black owned business, women owned business, each other? Don't let something happen for you to start supporting. Why? I've learned so much in life. I've been through so much. I've been through so many adversities. I've been through so many struggles. People don't know. I don't air my business online. If I'm happy, you know. You don't know. If I'm sad, you don't know. I just post my regular stuff. You don't know nothing. My private life is private. And I like it like that. But I've been through so much with people. I'll give people chances, but trust is on a different level. It takes a lot for me to trust you. You have to really earn my trust. I don't just give you my trust and wait for you to break that shit, because that's painful. You have to earn my trust. My trust is very expensive. My trust is delicate. My trust is my most prized possession, because you break my trust, that can ruin me. That can ruin anybody. Like, trust is expensive, guys. So when you come in my life and I open up myself to you, trust in you, just know you are extra special, because I don't trust nobody, right? But I've been through so much in my life where I had to look into myself. I had to evaluate what's worth it and what's not. What am I doing wrong to people and to myself? Because when you hurt someone, you're truly hurting yourself. It may sound stupid, but if I hurt you, I hurt you. You'll get over it. I mean, I think about it right now, but trust me, I'm really hurting myself. Because that hate and that energy it takes to hurt someone is just too toxic. So stop tilting each other's crown. Fix each other's crown. I keep saying that because I want it to stick in your head. You know, the hardest thing to do, guys, is to sit here, talk to an invisible audience, hoping the audience I'm talking to, that's going to potentially listen to my podcast, enjoys my podcast, right? My target audience, guys, I'm twisting my tongue. My targeted audience is women. And sometimes I'm like, man, I'm so nervous doing this because I'm targeting women and they're a tough crowd. If I was targeting mostly like, men and, doing overly sexualized stuff, I really wouldn't worry, because it's sex and, doing sexy stuff and doing sexual stuff. Men will just drool and it'll be easier, to be honest. It sounds weird saying this, but to have a podcast, Girls Go Chat, catering to women, hoping that women will love this podcast. And I know women will love this podcast because I do have amazing stuff that I'm talking about and stuff like that. It's just today's topic, it wasn't even on my list to talk about, but what happened in my first episode of Girls Go Chat, I got a few little comments here and there, and I just wanted, women to know, like, listen, it's not necessary to bash me. I am doing something, okay, that can better myself, my family, and this is a brave thing to do, to sit in front of a camera, set up, and create content in hopes that you women will love my podcast. Knowing the judgment is going to come. And I have to create this thick skin to deal with all of what can possibly come. But I don't care. Because I know within my podcast, I'm going to help even one person. And if I've helped one person, I did my job. I'm doing this because I love to do this. This is me. Like, I love to talk about things. I love to talk about life. I love to talk about being sexy. I love to talk about, fun stuff. I love to talk about the vagina. I love to talk about the body. I love to talk about so many things because a lot of women don't know how to care for themselves. And I don't care if there's 100 more podcasts doing this. You haven't heard Jay yet. And I want you guys to just sit back, get cozy, get comfortable, and enjoy this podcast, because I'm telling you, my 20 minutes, because that's all this is, 20 minutes. My 20 minutes is worth you listening to. I'm going to have guests. I'm working on a few guests and stuff. I'm going to even have male guests. Believe it or not, even though it's Girls Go Chat, I'm going to have male guests because sometimes I need a guy's point of view on a certain things, and I already have like 2 male guests that I have set up for a later topic, juicy one. And I do have a few female that I have coming on my podcast So, but for the first couple of podcasts, it's just going to be me and you guys. You know, me and you chilling, talking about stuff, and just having a good old time. Fix each other's crown. Don't tilt each other's crown. Like, it's not necessary. Remember, guys, my podcast is available on Apple. Right now, you can go over and listen to the first episode, Accepting and Finding Your Sexy. It is a good 20 minutes for us women. Like, I think it's a necessary thing to listen to because a lot of women think they're not sexy and you are. So head over to Apple Podcasts if you have iPhone or any Apple product and listen to it. It's Girls Code Chat. And then you could log on to YouTube and watch that same episode as well. If you want to see my beautiful face, you know, this girl's, head over to YouTube and subscribe. If you have any comment, any topic you want me to talk about, you could drop it in the comment section below. Don't forget to share with your friends and your families, guys. Like, let's help Girls Go Chat grow. And just let this become a thing. Let's accept we're sexy. Let's fix each other's crown. And next topic is going to be an even a more amazing one. I'm excited to talk about next week's topic. Like, next week's topic is a good one. It's really a good one. And it's one that I want each and every lady and gentleman, guys, tune in as well, to tune into, because it's very important for us ladies, to know a few things, to know, Also, guys, head over to Instagram if you have Instagram and follow us on Instagram, Girls Code Chat. Guys, I need your support. I need to grow. Let's do this. Okay? See you on the next episode. Love you. Bye.